And we're back. Hope you're all enjoying your long weekend for Easter. Crypto is down at the moment, but that's just purely because of Easter. So all the whales are packing up their things for a little while and enjoying some time with some family and some friends. So I encourage you to do the same. But I'm here with a video talking about RNDR. And right now, RNDR is actually doing pretty well so far for a while. So I'm going to go through the chart, talk to you about what I'm seeing, give you price predictions, talk about its comparison against ETH and Bitcoin, and give you price predictions. But if you like altcoin reviews, that's all I do on this channel. And once a week, I cover the crypto market update. So if you like the sound of that, hit the subscribe button, help the channel grow during this bearish period. So let's get started with RNDR. So let's talk about some good things first. What's the best thing about RNDR? If you're familiar with my channel, you know I've been talking about this a lot. Just look at the low point of your crypto. If your low point in crypto came in 2023, which most of them did, it's strong, but it's probably not the strongest, right? That's why I liked ETH so much, because ETH actually had its low in June and never, ever came back, not even once, to test it at around that $880 mark. I'll link that video above from my crypto market update video. But the point I'm trying to make is that your low for RNDR was in June. This is why it's really good just to have a very, very basic strategy when it comes to picking your alts. Look at when the low point was. If the low point was June, why did we never come back and test 27 cents, right? We never came back to test 27 cents. We came in the low in June and we just always came up. Even with the FTX collapse in November, which was here, we never even came back. So we got higher lows, right? There was your low, there was your other significant low, and a slightly higher low, and then a slightly higher low as well. And it's a bit hard to see, but these are extreme lows, and not just RNDR, but in crypto and the market in general. So RNDR looking really, really strong. Then you get your low in January, and you just have this extremely high, crazy burst off, blow off top. Literally, let's have a look at what percentage that would be from the January 1st. Let's do up until the top. That's 430% gains in about about a month actually. So RNDR did absolutely amazing. But once you start going to this level, you cannot buy it. You have to wait for the pullback. Buying pullbacks is very, very difficult. That's something I've really learned with crypto. You don't know how much of a pullback before you start to go in. So there's a few things you can look at. First thing is 50%, right? So there's your 50% gone from the high into the low of June. It's a very, very simple 50%, and you can see it's actually worked sometimes, right? There it is there, okay? And then you actually could have shorted and made some money here on the resistance area of the 50% here, and then you can see it bouncing off once, twice, and we're probably going to bounce off a third time. I'll get to that in a little bit. Those are one of the methods you can use to be buying RNDR or any crypto on the pullback, is just doing a 50% from the high to the low and seeing where that 50% comes in. Nothing in trading works 100% of the time, guys, unfortunately. So you just need your stop loss. You need to be able to do it. The other thing you can do is actually start looking at your volume, right? And this is something I've been doing a lot more of lately, is actually just seeing how the market is feeling. So you can see that would have been a really good entry. I probably would have taken this entry, to be honest, right here. So you can see there's your high volume above average volume. So the white line on the volume bar is a 30-day moving average of the volume. So you can see we hit the 30-day moving average. So we had good volume, good pickup on the 10th of March. So that means really whales came in to support this price. To get a volume bar, any of these volume bars above average, means there was whale activity, right? High volume bars generally on the up or down day, but especially down days, means a lot of whales were doing something. So in this case, they tried to push down the price of RNDR, tried to push, but no, they just bought it up, shot it up. So all you had to do was there would have been your entry at around that dollar, and you would have put your stop loss underneath here, okay? Or somewhere around that, call it, 90-cent mark. That would have been your stop loss. For me personally anyway. The blue line is a 100-day moving average, so your stop loss could even be under that. And you can see, even till now, it would have actually never touched it. So you can see some methods that you can use, some indicators that you can use, and just say, that's my entry, stop loss underneath, and you can't do anything. And that's really what you have to tell yourself. Once you've got your entry, you can't do anything, guys. That's it. The market's going to do its own thing. The market is dictated by the whales. There's not enough retail to put money into it unless we're going on the way down, unfortunately. So I digress. There's your 50%. Like I said, bouncing on it at the moment. Where do I see RNDR? Well, volume you can see is really starting to drop off. Really, really bad, guys. So that can mean good or a bad thing. On one hand, it's good because you can see there's not much selling of RNDR at all, right? Your volume, your down days are very bitty, very small ones, which means no one's selling their RNDR, which is really good. Remember this law of supply and demand, right? If there's no supply, doesn't matter what's happening in the market, doesn't matter what Jerome Powell is saying or whatever, the market's going to go up because there's just no supply, right? It's the same thing with housing or anything like that. No supply means demand will go up. And you can see there is no supply of RNDR because of all these red volume bars. On the other hand, though, you're not getting much of a pump up because even on your green days, you're not getting much. The good news about your green days, and if you actually pay attention to the candles, you can see these are full body candles, which is at least what you want to see. If you're seeing low volume green days, you want it to be full body candles. So you can see there's your full body, there's a full body, there's a full body, there's a full body. And now you're starting to have a bit of churning right now at the moment. But that's very, very important. It means that throughout the day, everyone just bought. Price just went from bottom to top. Never look back. That's what you want to see, at least on an up day, and it shows strength. It means that there was no one selling. So at the moment, where do I see render? Well, I do see render going up mainly because the overall market in crypto is still looking up. Once we get out of this Easter period, it's going to be really important to see how the market reacts in those initial days, because the whales would have had a few days off and they would have been looking at the market. And if nothing's happening in the market, the direction should most likely continue to the upside as we've been going since the start of 2023. Now, I have been saying, and again, I'll link my market update video above, that Bitcoin and ETH are showing really good strength, indicating alts are due for a rally. Alts still have not rallied. They're still struggling. So they're still waiting for a good month where things are going to go up a lot more. And render might be one of them. So this is the way I see render. There's your 50% coming in at around that $1.23, we'll call it right here at that 50%. You could get your entry right now and put your stop loss underneath here, right? Underneath there. So your stop loss would be basically, what is that? Let's have a look. Your stop loss would be about 18%, which is a fair bit, almost losing 20% of your gains right there. Or you could put it right underneath there around 8%, right underneath these candles right here. Okay, these are pretty good ones here, but I like this one the most personally. But see how you go with your own position sizing. If something happens, it's just bad luck, you're out. But on the other hand, you could get a bounce, and then these are my price predictions. Price prediction number one would be at this swing top right here. You can see we tried to touch it twice, and $1.36 seemed to be some resistance area. Next resistance area, call it $1.50, and next resistance area will be that $1.60, call it, and then you can see a lot of resistance coming at these candles here, these swing tops right here. So $1.63, $1.90, $2.15, and definitely some resistance coming at around that $2.19 for render. So I do like the sound of render for now, but this is a very high risk, high reward play at the moment, because there was your pullback, and you can see support came into the market, not enough to really get the momentum going. Pullback, there's your higher low. So there's your low, there's your higher low officially, there's your entry, stop loss underneath that higher low, and there's your profit target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I hope all that scribble made sense. But like I said, render going up because the whole market is going up too, and that should carry render along with it. Let's have a look at render against its Ethereum value to see how it's coping. So always compare your cryptos to other cryptos to see which ones are strong, which ones are not. So let's have a look. So here we are on CoinCodex, pinging all these values to their Ethereum value, and we're just looking for some green and seeing where render comes up in the list. So if we have a look, render should be, from my research, around rank in the 90s. Yep, 92, there we go. And you can see outperforming Ethereum slightly, but you can see in the 3 months change, 6 months and year to date, almost double digits outperforming Ethereum, which is really good. And so when it's underperforming to Ethereum, it's only doing it by basically single digits in the 1 month and 1 year, while the whole crypto market's been going down through all of 2022. Render is only down 12.56%. Now, I want to stress that these numbers can change given the state of the economy and what's obviously happening to render and Ethereum. But for now, thumbs up. We're good to go. Now, if we have a look at render against its Bitcoin value, you can see Bitcoin's been tearing, so no surprise that render's been struggling. And you can see, again, 50% tools working. So you can see resistance multiple times before it came down, crashing down. There's your support. And this is why I say alts are due for a rally, because there's your support right there for render. And you can see going sideways, and you can see some support coming in. You could wait for more confirmation, a break of the 50% if you wanted to, but I'm pretty confident that the market's going to go up from here. Anything can happen, but pretty confident. So for me personally, I like the entry. I'm happy that's enough for me to go off of, but some people would really want that confirmation and wait for a close to really, even if it meant paying more, they don't care. They want that confirmation. So it really comes down to your confirmation and your risk management when you're trading these things. But for now, I love the look of render. I think it's a good crypto, but it's going to get carried more because the whole market's going up. And if its strength in June up until now is any indication of where render should go, you should have more gains in the future. But I want to stress, it's just probability. There's nothing to say it will or can do this. No YouTuber, no forecaster, not even these billion-dollar companies know what's going to happen in the future. So have your entry, it's out of your control, and enjoy yourself, and don't take it too seriously. But until then, everyone, I hope you enjoy your long Easter weekend, and I will catch you in the next video.